Hey everyone, it's Yayuna, and we are close to the New Mexico border. We're just gonna hang out today. We got our niece with us, KK. I'll use her nickname so that she won't be embarrassed. But we're here in an overlook just in the Apache National Forest. And so I wanted to show you guys because it's so pretty. Sha ta 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 ta. Ta 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 dun 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 dun. You like my music? Free area. Not free? What's wrong with these people? Okay, so I actually I like to save money, so sorry about that previous clip. We'll pay the fee. Alright guys, so we are here. We are actually in Glenwood, New Mexico at the Catwalks, which is literally a stream in the desert. So this is where you come and you pay that fee, which I was complaining about, but actually it's very, very, very doable. It's only $3 so per day, so that's not bad at all, you know. So I'm going to turn this around so you can see, and we're coming in, okay? So 1 second, let's get ready to walk. I've got good shoes on. Do you have your good shoes on? Because after that hike, good shoes. And today I brought a backpack. I'm gonna bring a backpack with me from now on just to distribute stuff evenly. So all right, let's go. Bringing you with me, come on. You are entering a canyon oasis of catwalks and bridges over a historic route. So remember how I've told you before quite a bit, you know you're entering where there's water, where there's a tree line. So right there where the tree line is, over yonder, there is water. Obviously there's a lot of kids here. If I turn slowly, you're gonna see that there's 2 school buses, and since it's mid to late May, we know school's ending, so I think this is probably end of the year field trips for the kids, and they're all in the water, they're all playing. So all right, let's go in. Dogs must be on leashes. They have bear boxes for garbage cans. There are bears and other wild animals out here. So for those out east who've never seen a bear box, you stick your hand this way, you push, and that's how you throw garbage out so that the bears can't get in there. So here's the catwalk reconstruction timeline. Looks like there was a fire May 2012. June 2012, they went over everything and they started redoing it. So, and it's supposed to be a really pretty walk, so I'm looking forward to this. And it's only a mile round trip, so this is not a bad walk at all. All right, well, my husband goes and pays the fee. I'm gonna stand around here and just look at stuff and show you what we can look at while we wait. So, mining in Whitewater Canyon, looking up Whitewater Creek from Graham Mill circa 1900. So Whitewater town site legend. So, so it was a mining town here. And photographs circa 1900 shows the old road that connected the towns of Mogollon, Graham, and Alma. Yay! That's my name. And the transportation of equipment on the road above Graham Mill. And so if we walk around this way, there's more pictures and stuff we can look at. But I think this is part of the old road, because if you look ahead, let me zoom in some. You can see parts of what's left. Let me see. Right there. That's part of mining. So, yeah. A lot of mining out here. And then from the mines to the trails, the Mogollon mines. So many miners were attracted to the riches that lay beneath the Mogollon Mountains. They used their hand drills, buckets, carts, dynamite to remove gold and silver from the shafts. And wagons bearing heavy loads of ore were drawn by teams up to 20 horses. Each 3 to 5 mile trip from the mines took many hours. Here's an ore crusher. Picture of an ore crusher. There's a picture of the Graham Mill. The rock foundations you see on the hillside are what remains of Graham Mill. And then more than just a mining camp. So there was one of the mining towns in this areas. They had the luxuries of a general store and a dance hall. Ooh, a dance hall. And at least one salon and a laundry. And it was once home to more than 200 people, and Graham was abandoned in 1913. And then Silver City and beyond. So hauling bars to Silver City was usually a mud week-long adventure. That trip nowadays only takes up to an hour. Awesome. So, and here's a walk that leads up through the Gila National Forest. I don't know if that's the way we're gonna walk. I might have to find out which way we walk. And here we go. Bienvenidos, welcome to the Catwalk Trail and Whitewater Recreation Area. And it's a 1.1 mile trail. That's not bad. Cascading water, clear pools, huge boulders, and cool green shade. So, and the last half mile is more difficult with many steps, bridges, and more narrow trail. Well, after the other day, I think it'll be a little easier than what it was before. The first half of the trail, people of all abilities can enjoy this first half mile of the Catwalk Trail. It's fully accessible. We'll begin on a paved trail. Very cool. And for now, let's go walk and look at the water and take in some of the people enjoying themselves in the water. Let's see. Trees. Big trees. I know. I'm a desert person now. We get excited about trees. Sorry. Oh, so this must get really overrun with water when the snows melt. But there's water running. And it's gentle. Gentle enough for the children to play down here in the water. I don't want to zoom in because there's children, you know. I want to be respectful of people's children. So, alright. So just as you're enjoying the shade of this peaceful creek, people of long ago were attracted to this canyon oasis. And this peaceful creek becomes a foaming torrent. It roars when there's rains. So right now it's a little creek, a little dam built across it to kind of slow down the flow. Watch out for falling boulders. They're gonna chase you. All right, KK, walk in front of us. See if some boulders chase you. Okay, let's see. I'm waiting for them to chase Gary and Kayla. KK. It'll get them before it gets me. Water. We love water in the desert. Okay, I won't sing for you guys. I really could, but I won't. Look at that view. Look at the storm clouds. That's gorgeous. And it looks like we're gonna go across a little bridge up there, so that'll be fun. And in the meantime, I'm huffing and puffing walking. So we made it through that rock area where they chased you safely. No rocks chased us. That's awesome. I don't know, what do you folks think? Would you have a barbecue here, knowing that the grass is as tall as the barbecue pits are? I don't think I would. I wouldn't mind having a picnic, but not a barbecue. Safety. I think they need to trim the grasses around here. All right, let's go up to the bridge. Okay. Graded metal. Look at my handsome hubby. How you doing?
It's nice to know they bolted it together.
Yeah, it's totally bolted, huh? Oh, okay, John, Gary's jumping. Do that again so they can see. That's from him jumping. Yeah. So it is bolted together, thankfully. Here we go. Here's the bolts. Yeah, that's a good idea because that's something else. Ah, up there they put nets up so the rocks won't get us. So there's a sign, falling rocks, and they've netted them in, which is a good thing. I don't think I want to get hit by one of them. So what did you just say, Kayla, about Snapchat?
You had a Snapchat story and you were saying this little light is mine, and I watched it, and I had it in my head for a whole day before I came up here.
Sorry. So huffing and puffing trying to catch up to Gary, but I'll get there. It's fun. I don't know. Storm clouds look scary but beautiful too. I don't know how far up we are, but I'm seriously huffing and puffing walking. Alright guys, don't adjust your YouTube sets. I changed. I was getting sunburnt. I brought an extra t-shirt to cover my shoulders, so it's not a different day. Same trail, different shirt. So the river's down there. You can hear it. And then across the way, over there, is another trail. And that's supposed to be the harder trail? Is that what you guys said?
Yeah, that one. It's the hardest one.
That's the hardest trail.
You can see it over here too.
So we're going to be going this way. We're going to be going across this little bridge, which Kayla informed me. It shakes too. So this is going to be fun. Kayla noticed that somewhere there's a spot. Oh, over there. Okay. You can... There's where you can do rock climbing. So people rock climb here. That's great. And then up there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a cave. Can you see that? And just so you can see, it's a narrow pathway, but this is wheelchair accessible up to a certain point. So right here where we're at, it is still wheelchair accessible. So for those in a wheelchair, you can come up here. Up to the halfway point is what we read. Oh, look how beautiful. And we're walking right next to the cliffs and everything. Oh! I don't know what those cables are about. That's for old cables. And I see a water pipe down there at the bottom. See that yellow water pipe? And that's where boulders have fallen. But yeah, look at where it was drilled in. And cable bolts. So this is what we were reading about earlier, I think. Look at this. And it went across. Wow, that's pretty awesome. So this is what they were talking about when I was reading what they told us. There's a number 8. This is number 12. And it's been cut. Yeah. Look at this. So you follow the path. And right here there's some shade too. If you can, bring sunglasses as always. Bring an umbrella. Well, the water looks nice and deep right there. I always try to bring an umbrella. The last hike, I didn't tell you guys. But let me turn the camera around and I'll tell you. So the last hike Gary and I went on when we took you guys to Fort Bowie, we had an umbrella. We had a big black and white umbrella and I loved it. It was like a golf umbrella. Well, Gary was being a smart aleck before I started recording. Or I was recording, I was reading something to you guys. And come to find out, he opens it up and wind blew and turned it inside out. So it broke, so we don't have that umbrella. But it's all right because I have like, okay, I have an addiction for umbrellas and parasols. I have like 8 or 9 more, so. All right, let me turn this back around again. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. That was part 1 of our little mini hike at the Catwalks in Glenwood, New Mexico through the Whitewater Canyon. Stay tuned. In a few days I will be uploading part 2 of this little hike so that you can take in the beauty. It really was a gorgeous place, so I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Now I'll just ask if you leave me some comments, tell me what you think of these hiking vlogs, videos. Do you like them? Do you enjoy them? Is there any place that that's close to me that you've heard of, that you would like me to take you to, please don't hesitate in putting in a request down below. And in the meantime, please like, subscribe, share, comment, you know. And also, I'm going to be putting a link to our vlogger of the week, so look out for it. It should be somewhere around here. And then of course the link to my channel, which obviously you have the link because whatever, but I'll just put it in there anyways, you know. So for now, love you guys. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you next time. I'll bring you along. Bye. I heart you lots. Bye.